The army's pulling out. Come on.
So there's a brand new open world co-op zombie game on the horizon, and yes, it is State of Decay 2. Now, a lot of you probably played the first one and were dying for a co-op mode in that game. Well, we're getting that with State of Decay 2, and I've got some brand new details about how this game is kind of like playing The Walking Dead, and then also some new details about brand new zombies, and yes, how does the co-op mode work? It's kind of actually similar to Dark Souls in some ways. So yeah, let's start out with the co-op mode. It's 4-player co-op, drop in and drop out, so you can decide to jump into other friends' game worlds or have them join yours. You could send up a flare, by the way, which signals other players who can be notified of players needing help. It's kind of like Dark Souls in that way, so if you're in trouble or you need help, send up the flare and maybe a random player will join up with you. So up to 4 players can be playing at the same time, and of course, yes, you can play with your friends. Now, there is no PvP and no friendly fire. I think a lot of us will be relieved by that one. Some of us just want to be able to play the open world and just have fun with our friends. But what about those zombies? So we do have some new zombies coming to State of Decay 2 compared to State of Decay, and these are not normal zombies. We have the Blood Plague zombies, which is a new zombie strain introduced in this game, which is deadlier than ever before. If a survivor is infected with the Blood Plague, that survivor will turn into a Blood Plague zombie. Now, zombie types also include the Juggernaut, the Fast Feral Zombie, the Bloater, which is basically a zombie bomb, the Screamer, which can send out an alarm. You may remember that from the first State of Decay. But if you are infected by, one of these zombies, by one of these new Blood Plague zombies, or if a survivor is even infected, you can get them proper help. But this is where it's kind of like The Walking Dead. This is what it feels like to me. You can go ahead and decide to execute your survivors if you want to, or you can opt to spare the survivor and witness them turn, or allow them to just, roam around the open world, which is a risk to you and your people. And yes, you can even exile them, but I would imagine you would run into them later down the road. And eventually, there is permadeath in this game for your survivor. So if you do die in this game, that's the end of that survivor. You're gifted with a new survivor, and so on and so forth. But if your survivor does experience permadeath, you'll notice, graves being dug, and you could visit your previous death victims at their gravestones, which is kind of creepy and kind of cool at the same time as well. So if you died like 50 times, your cemetery will be quite big, apparently. Now that begs the question, how does permadeath work in co-op and multiplayer? If I joined my friend's game world with my character and I died, does that mean, that's permanent death for my character in my game world? Is it over? Well, yes, that is actually the case. So you got to be really careful with joining other game worlds. And if you especially get attached to a survivor, which I guess I would not recommend in State of Decay 2, because I think permadeath is going to be quite common in this game. Yeah, just be careful about joining those other game worlds and be prepared when entering them. Now, also, you will need to find the proper survivors to run your base and specific buildings. These would be NPCs as well. These characters will have a wide variety of personality traits, over 1,000 in total, and how they interact with one another will impact the success of your base, and also how they interact with you as well. So, you'll have to promote your most important survivors to leadership roles to take on different challenges, but you can also take on quests and goals from those leaders as well. So if you have a medical building, for example, and you need, a medic, the wise choice would be to assign a doctor that you have found out in the open world. It wouldn't make sense to assign a mechanic to the medical building, for example. So base building will also be a big part of the game. You'll be needing food, water, all sorts of stuff, shelter, and much more. And from that, you'll be building leaders, assigning roles, and then taking on quests from those leaders and trying to please everyone, which I think is going to be pretty much impossible. All the while, you'll have to defend this base camp as well. It kind of sounds pretty addicting, but even more so when we're considering that this will have multiplayer and co-op, which I am super excited about. But guys, yeah, this game is rumored to be coming out around March 31st. At least that's what it's listing on Amazon, but that's not like the official release date. The official wording right now is spring 2018. If that moves, I will let you guys know. We'll find out what happens with that one. Who knows if this is going to be delayed. I'm not too sure if that's going to happen, actually, because Red Dead Redemption 2 was delayed, which gives State of Decay 2 a better chance of really getting out there and getting its name known, since it would be hopefully releasing spring 2018. But guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more State of Decay 2. I will see you next time, and soon in a zombie-infested open world.
When you get hungry, cold, what risks will you take?